Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fear and live an awesome life. Fear is what controls us, stops us, and it's not separate from us. It's part of our collective energy. It's always going to be there. You don't have to end it, fight it, battle it. Just recognize it. Recognize it for what it is. I'm going to talk today about bullying. I want you to understand something. When I was in the Dominican Republic recently, we had breakout groups, and we were supposed to choose a really good cause and then show how we could actually make money from it to create an actual business while still doing wonderful things. This is what I've talked to you before about. Are you working for a company that's helping to improve the planet or to ruin it? You know, we have very responsible decisions to make, even how we make our money and who we work for and what they're doing. Are you working for any kind of company that has any kind of animal testing or harms animals at all? You have to make a decision as to whether or not you want to be part of that energy. It is an energy. So our group came up with, thanks to one young lady, Annabella, who was bullied and just had a very negative childhood. And she wanted to create something for children who could start at a very young age with teachers and parents learning how to be more in touch with their spirituality, and just really basically a program that helped them get through the normal density of the planet. And the founders of the company, the membership that I belong to, loved it, and they're looking to maybe do something with this. And the subject included bullying, which has become huge. And I just saw a show on television about bullying and how children are killing themselves because they can't handle it anymore. Because we were talking about, and the show talked about this too, when I was a kid, bullying was like somebody would push you at your locker or grab something from you and steal it, or, make fun of you in front of people. And now they're cowards behind cell phones and computers. It's easy to be nasty. It's powerful there in their head. It's so important for us as a community, and if you're a parent, to make sure your child isn't the bully. A powerful child, a powerful person, and by the way, bullying happens at every stage. It's sort of ironic that in this group, one person didn't like how I was talking and behaving, because this is my thing. I used to put companies together, and I was really excited about saying, okay, how do we create the tools? How does that work? How's the money-making part work? Because I did that. I was an investment banker. And one of the people in the group who took a leadership role pretty much shut me down. And I said, we're supposed to be able to express ourselves here, but you don't like the way I'm expressing myself, so you want me just to shut up. And he said, yeah, that'd be good. And of course, I was not really included in the group from then on. He went around the whole room and asked how we contribute, and he never asked me. That's bullying. And it happens on every level, in every age group. And we don't call it that when we're adults. It's so important for us to pull kids aside, and if you're a teacher, if you're a minister, if you're a parent, if you are a big brother or sister or an aunt or an uncle, to pull them inside and say, power, true power, comes from being there for those who need you. And that your powerful strengths of leadership, or maybe you're the popular kid at school, the true leadership is the one who can step outside of that little clique and accept the person who's different. That's power. Bullies are the most insecure of all humans. Those kids who are using that power are the ones that need the most help. It's actually, in my opinion, the reverse. When we pull those kids aside that feel that they need to do that to others, and we get them on a clear path, there will be no bullying. No one will pick on the ones that are more quiet and meek. You know what the Bible says? The meek shall inherit the earth. You know what that means? Not the ones that sit back and let everything happen and, get walked all over. The meek are the ones who don't bully. The meek are the ones who have a clear understanding of what their mission is here, who act in love, who are not the ones that are, having to power play themselves through life. And bullies do. Bullies see this as a material world, and by cutting down others, they gain power for themselves, and it's the reverse. They end up being the person nobody really likes. They're the nasty person at work. They're the nasty boss. They're the pain in the butt employee that's constantly complaining, never finds the opportunity. Those are bullies. Those are bullies. Those are people that don't like themselves. And when you don't like yourself, you find the fault in others. So ask yourself, first of all, are you a bully? Do you need to criticize or make fun of somebody else to feel good about yourself? Does it put you in a feeling of power and empowerment? A lot of people do that, right? We all have done that. Oh. He's blah, 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 or she's blah, 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 or they. And we're here looking at them. No, you're feeling insecure and you need to pick on them. It's human. We're human. So is this a habit of yours? Are you a bully? Are you being nasty to somebody at work and maybe pulling other people in? Because we like to do that, right? Ooh, there's safety in numbers. If I'm the one everybody loves, and look at me, and they're doing this or that or whatever. Yeah, that's not going to solve any problems. And this bullying at school, if your kid, my kid's the popular one and this and that, what is your kid doing? Watch what your kid's doing and saying. Is your kid the popular one at the expense of somebody else? Or maybe they're trying to be popular by bullying other people. It gives them power. Because people are petrified of a bully. Why? You know why. Nobody wants to deal with a negative jackass. So you'll avoid it. And you won't say anything because you don't want to be the person standing up there that gets hit or gets the nasty emails or whatever else at that age is so important, is acceptance and love on every level, every age. We all want it. We all desire to be loved. We all want to be accepted. Children need that. We really are responsible for that. Bullies are the most disturbed, the most dense. They are the ones who don't get it. And hopefully somebody doesn't kill themselves before they understand what kind of power they wield in a negative way, and that negative energy will destroy them. It always does. No matter what you get through negative energy, it will come back to you. You're going to either manifest something that's negative and bad for you, and you're going to learn the hard way, or ultimately, whatever you're putting out there is going to be reflected back to you. It has to, because that's quantum physics. Negative energy making fun of somebody, something's going to happen to you at some point, because it's part of what you're requesting. Negativity. Not valuing the one, because that is you that you're making fun of. And I would not want to be on the other side with that life review when you see what kind of hurt you've inflicted, right? Or that child has inflicted. We all need to pull kids aside and talk to them about this. And if we let them know that bullies are insecure people, walking around with some kind of pain inside, we're going to look at them differently. Children will look at them differently, not as some, powerful, popular person. They're going to say, wow, you're really insecure. Why do you feel you need to pick on that person? When we understand that and we let them know that's what's going on, they're not going to think the bully's so cool. And the bully is not going to want to bully anymore because they're going to look really bad if they do it. And instead of others being fearful, if they speak up in a positive way and say, I'm so sorry that you feel so bad about yourself that you have to pick on somebody else. I'm so sorry that you're feeling pain. Not to criticize them and do the same thing, but to really genuinely reach out and say, I'm so sorry you're feeling so bad about yourself. What has happened that would make you want to hurt somebody else? Let's figure this out. And the other part is letting children know, and even adults know, that you don't need somebody's approval. Be your own drum. Beat your own drum. Be your own person. That's very in right now, and it's going to continue to be because people are tired of what's been going on because it's not working. Traditional jobs don't work anymore. What we've been told we're supposed to do, religions, people are questioning that, finding out that it's just not true, a lot of the stuff that they hear. Oh, Landria, don't go there, don't question that. Yep, I'm going to question it, and so should you. You get to believe what you want to believe. You don't have to believe anything anybody else has told you. You just don't. You get to choose. And reach out and be the person who stands up and says, you know what? I'm sorry you're feeling really bad about yourself, that you need to pick on somebody else. You can be the strong one, and you can teach your children to be strong. Not to cower in fear. And if there's an adult who's being a bully, sometimes stepping away and not participating and having a little talk with them later on and saying, you know, what you just did, it's no different than bullying. You're trying to power play or control people, not allowing them to express themselves. Ostracize them from the group. That'll work, right? That'll give you full control. No, it's just a negative energy that's going to come back on you. And that's okay. It's part of the journey. But children, we are their protectors, and we need to step up to the plate and do something about this. Not tell kids that they need to be themselves and it's okay, but to get the bullies to understand where this anger is coming from. They are the insecure ones that need to be handled and dealt with. What is that? It's a lower frequency. Why are these kids doing it? What makes them think that this is okay? It's not just an action. They're coming from a negative place. Where's that negativity coming from? Where's that density? Why are they feeling so bad about themselves that they feel they must pick on another? Pull that child aside. That is the child that needs your love and help. Strength comes from, and I was always the one that pulled the underdog in. I know her name. I'm not going to say it. I know the name of the kid in elementary school that everybody couldn't stand. And I used to pull her into our play group, and everybody said, why are you doing that? I said, because. Just because. She needs to have friends too. And her mother called my mother and said, Landria is the only one that's nice to Anne. I'd love to have her over for dinner. And I was thinking, no, I don't. I didn't really care to be around her. She was sort of clumsy and whatever. You don't have to like that person. But when we exclude one another, when you're having your little clique and maybe the girl at lunch, you leave her sitting over there, you're affecting another energy of which you share that energy. You share that energy. Be kind. You don't have to love everybody and hang out with them on that level. I know Coo. Cats have really sharp claws, like they're like, I know, they're like razor blades. Let's handle this in any way you can. If you're around kids, if you're around bullies that are adults, let's handle this. Let's step up to the plate. Let's be the strong ones and say, kindness will rule, and we will not tolerate this behavior. Let's love you, the bully, and find out why you feel you need to do this, not ostracize them. Let's handle it all with love and see what happens. You're whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Miracles. Miracles are something that you can do every day at any time. They no longer become miracles. They just become how you live. Namaste.